Hey guys, have you been trying to figure out how do I run my ads? I know there's all these ad agencies out there, but they all want $1,500, $2,000 to run my ads. Guess what? It's really not that hard. And I really wish I would have figured this out 6 years ago because I've been doing my own and it's crazy how easy it is once you just understand it and what kind of cost per lead you can get. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys super quick. Follow along. Cool. So I'm in here. I'm in my meta campaign. Don't judge my desktop. It's a hot mess. Okay. Cool. So as you guys can see, I started this one July 27th, 26th, 9 days ago. I already have 51 leads. Cost per lead, $8.82. Okay. And that's so in a week and a half, I've gotten 51 leads. So I'm going to show you how to emulate that process. So we're going to go create. We're going to create a new campaign. What do we want? We want auction time. We want leads. We're going to continue. We're going to change the name of the campaign. This is really just for tracking purposes. So I'm going to go kids, 10-mile radius. Okay. Why kids? Because kids are where it's at right now. I'm talking to dozens of school owners, and they're all saying kids are where it's at right now. There's a reason our lead costs are so low is we're focusing on what the market is asking us to focus on. If you focus on kids, the moms and dads will come. And if you don't want to focus on the kids, the reality is you're not going to make as much money. So we're going to come down here. We're going to make sure we click on every single box because Meta loves to turn AI on. Meta loves to sneak in little AI features that really mess up your ads. They'll play like super weird music. They'll do like super random things. So buying type is still auction, so that's great. Campaign budget, daily budget. I'm going to recommend you start your budget at $50 a day. Now, that's about 1,500 a month. If you can't afford that, I understand. You could cut that in half. Here's the reality that you need to understand. It takes on average 50 conversions for Meta to get your campaign out of the learning phase. Once it's, and that's, sorry, 50 conversions per week. Once it's out of the learning phase, Meta really starts to understand who your target audience is, who's clicking, who's buying, right? And your cost per lead is going to drop. But until that happens, your cost per lead will be a little bit higher. Like mine's still in the learning phase technically. And it's at $8. So that's great. So if you need to do 25, you can just know it's going to be in the learning phase longer. And so we're going to come down here, highest volume, that's perfect. And then budget scheduling, I don't usually worry about that. And then we're going to go next. And we're going to go now to the ad set. So here we have the campaign, that's kind of the overarching high meta narrative of what's going on with the ads. Down here is your ad set. And so what that is you could have multiple ad sets. It's a specific demographic that you're speaking to. So you could have an ad set that's focusing on moms and then maybe for like women empowered or for a women's self-defense program. Then you could have one that's focusing on men. You could have one that's focusing on kids. They're different ad sets. And then within the ad sets, you have your actual ads, which you're going to want to have like at least 5 to 7 different pieces of creative. And we'll talk about that in a second. So ad set, again, naming purposes. I'm just going to name it what the campaign is because I'm just going to have one ad set in here. I personally usually just focus on one ad set at a time, but you could always do more. Again, I'm going to click, make sure everything's in here. This is new. It used to just, oh, here we go. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So we want to go down here and we want to go single and we want to go to instant forms. We just want it to go to our instant forms. If we have time, I'll explain how you utilize instant forms. And we're going to change this page. I don't know why I did that, but we're going to change it to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Post Falls. And then we're going to scroll down, maximize numbers of leads. Perfect. That's off. Let's see, ad spending limit. There's going to be a place down here that's going to be, okay. So locations, we're going to change this to Post Falls, Idaho, because that's where I'm at. Okay. And for me, 10 miles is great. 10 miles is great. I'm in a 47,000 person town. I can have people 10 miles away and they're still going to be able to get to me in 15 minutes. If you're in New York City, that's probably way too far. You might need like 3 miles or 4 miles or 5 miles. Okay, so we're going to change that. We're going to uncheck this, reach more people likely to respond. We do not want Meta dictating where our ads are going. We want to be in control of that because they don't do a great job. And then add locations in bulk. This is great to know, like if you want to focus on certain zip codes that are more affluent, because maybe you're in a bigger metropolitan area, then you'll add those zip codes. And then right here, suggest, we'll make sure. Okay, yeah. So we want to change this age. Where did that just go? Okay, so we want to change the age. I personally like to do 25 to about 55. That's usually the parent demographic that we're targeting. And then all genders. You could add demographics. You could add like parents. You could do parent of, I think they have like, if I remember right, it's been a while since I've redone the campaign. Um, you can definitely do parents, but you could also do there's a category in there where you can change like what grade you're targeting. And as you can see, the estimated audience size drastically dropped. Now, here's the thing you got to understand with interest, Meta doesn't always get it right. So you could add a parent in there and it could maybe show to somebody who's not a parent, or it could not show to somebody who is a parent. So I would say high level view right now, leave that off just so you don't cinch yourself too tight when you're just starting. So we're just going to do another sweep through here. We'll start from the top, make sure everything looks right. Again, I like to open up all these dynamic creatives off, so that's good. We don't need to worry about spending limits on the ad set. Again, if we had multiple ad sets, we would want to. We don't have a saved audience. It's not something we created. We could talk about that later. And then we won't reach people beyond these settings. That's great. We want that. Sometimes Meta will have this be set on and you have to pay attention and you have to go shut it off. So just be really aware of that as you're going through. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, placements. This is really important right here. We are going to want to, it's probably in show more settings, as you guys can see all these things that like hide in here. Okay, apps and sites, I would recommend shutting these off because these are going to market to people that are like in the middle of playing like a video game or an app, and they just don't have as high of a conversion rate because they're in the middle of playing a game. They're annoyed that the ad even came on. So you could leave it on, but just so you know. Also, you're going to want to notice if the WhatsApp is checked on. I would shut that off. And those are kind of the big things. And then we're going to go next. And then now we're down to the new lead ads. So we're going to come here and we're going to type in kid video one. I'm going to focus on videos because they have the highest conversion rate and they have the lowest cost per lead. So if you want more people for less money, videos is where it's at. Now, here's the instant form. The instant form that we're using right now is this kids lead form. What is an instant form? It's something that's going to collect their information. Okay, so if we scroll down here, you'll see this is the instant form right here on the right-hand side. So when they click on the ad, it's going to say, claim your child's free 10-day trial, answer this quick question below. Now, we added a friction point here. We were having having a lot of leads that weren't converting. And so we wanted to add a little bit more friction on the front end. Friction can be good or it can be bad. Too much friction makes it so people don't sign up, right? Not enough friction makes it so you have people that you don't want wasting your lead spend money coming in and wasting your lead spend money. Okay. So we want it to be simple enough that like Amazon, right? Why is it so popular? Click, click, buy, it's at your door tomorrow. But we don't want it to be so complicated or so simple that you have people showing up that you can't afford your product. So a little bit of friction can be good. We chose to do that, but you don't have to. So we're located at 414. Can you train at least one time per week? That was our friction point. Then we get the name, the email, and the phone number. This is our privacy policy. And then the next page is go ahead and book your child's first class. So what's really important to note about this is before they get asked to book a class, we get their information. Why is this important? Because parents are busy. They don't know their schedule. They got to talk to their husband. Does he have football practice? I don't know. But at least you got the lead information. And then if they don't book a class right then and there, you can go ahead and reach out to them. So that's the instant form. I may or may not go over how to let me know in the comments if you want me to explain how to do an instant form. And if you want me to explain how to create the instant form, I'll walk you through that. Okay, so back up here, create ad. So we're going to go single image or video. Don't uncheck this. We don't really want it appearing with other ads. And then we're going to go, so create ad, single image or video. And then we're going to choose our instant form. And then down here, yep, that's all unchecked. So that's good. We're going to go set up creative and we're going to choose video ad. So for me, I already have some video ads in here. So I'll go ahead and choose this one. And primary text. Okay, so this could be as simple. Show you guys super quick what I have done in my other ads that have worked well. You literally can use Claude to help you come up with this. That being said, you need to proof check AI. You do not want it to sound like AI. So you can give it your sentiment, you can give it your value, you can give it your mindset. But at the end of the day, it needs to sound like a human and it needs to be relatable. So you need to think about, okay, who is my actual target demographic? Who's the parent that I'm speaking to? Speak to the one and you'll reach the many. Speak to the many and you'll reach no one. Okay, so we'll come back here. We'll go to campaigns, click in here. Okay, so you guys can see right in here. Okay, so this is my primary text. So what am I doing? I am calling out, this is very important. I'm calling out the location and the demographic. Okay. So you would change it and it would be for your city or your suburb if you're in a big city and the parent or whoever you're calling out. And then I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to do the headline. I'm just copying and pasting to make my life easier. Boom. Description. Could be you can mix it up, right? But this is an example of what you can do. And then I have get offer. You can also do sign up. I like to play around with it, see what works best at that moment in time. And then I'm going to click next. We're going to make sure, guys, this is important. We're going to make sure all of this AI, this is what they will do to your images if you do not change it. Okay. People are sick of AI. Stop making AI flyers. Stop making AI videos. Stop making all the AI stuff. People don't care. They don't like it. Be authentic. We are in a trust recession right now. People are desperate for authenticity. Be authentic. Be the leader in your community. People will show up. So again, we're going to scroll down, make sure everything's off. See, look right here. They tried to get that one in on me. So I'm going to shut it off. And I'm going to click next. And I like to have the languages not being translated simply for the reason that it doesn't do a good job translating. And it could be like offensive or not good. So I'm just going to avoid that. And now we can see if we open it up, you can see the ads popping up right here. Okay. I will also include my script that I use. You guys can modify it, make it sound like you. And again, here's another AI spot right here, essential enhancements, 1 out of 5. They tried to get in on us. So we want to uncheck that. Click save. And then, okay, so then that's it. I just always like to double check, make sure I'm not missing anything, make sure they're not tricking me, getting over on me. I'll also go ahead and drop in like a couple of these ad copies so you can use them if you want. And then I would click publish, but I don't want to publish it. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to click duplicate to make my life easier because you just already did all of that. And now I'm just going to duplicate. I'm going to do 5 copies. I'm going to uncheck this and it's going to go into the same campaign. And now you're going to have 5 more that pop up that say kid video 1 copy. You just change the name, change the ad copy, and then change the creative. That's it. And then you can click publish on all of them. And then when we come out to the main page here, if it'll go. Okay. Now we'll see in draft, and I can click publish. I can also click right here, review and publish. I don't want to correct any of these. Also, I will say sometimes the fix error pops up. So you need to look at the dimensions of your video, make sure things aren't getting cut off. You can use CapCut to do your captions, which I recommend. You can use CapCut to make sure your dimensions are correct, which I recommend. So do what you need to do to make sure that that formatting fits. But yeah, you can click publish, and obviously you need to make sure that these leads are going somewhere. So your instant form needs to be connected to something. That was a lot in this video. If you need more information on how to connect it, anything like that, drop your questions below. I'm sure you guys probably have some questions. Drop them below. I'll get another video out. We'll answer your questions. Keep them coming. And if you guys like this, drop a fire emoji. Drop a fire emoji. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.